The one club he's not a part of is the Finals MVP club.
The one thing that those top 10 players have is a Finals MVP.
Prior to Steph Curry's legendary 2022 Finals run, he already had an all-time great career. 3 NBA championships, 2 MVPs, scoring titles, all-NBA teams, and the title of the greatest shooter of all time. But there was always that one trophy that weighed heavy on the shoulders of Steph Curry, the Finals MVP. Despite everything that Steph Curry had already accomplished in his career, nothing seemed to be held against him more than that one elusive accolade. At the time, people were extremely hesitant on placing Steph into the elite of elites because he didn't have something that all the other greats had. In the current day, I think most people have accepted Steph into the top 10 greatest players of all time, but that wasn't always the case. In 2015, we were beginning to see what Steph Curry could truly become. He won his first MVP award, and for the first time in 40 years, the Golden State Warriors were champions once again. However, while this was a massive step in the right direction for the young star, there was no cherry on top.
This year's Bill Russell MVP, Andre Iguodala.
Andre Iguodala was awarded the Finals MVP trophy despite Steph Curry being fully deserving of that award in my opinion. Iggy did play great and was definitely valuable, but he just wasn't the most valuable in my eyes. But regardless, one Finals down, no Finals MVP. Then in 2016, the Warriors looked even stronger than before. Steph was torching the entire league, leading to his second MVP in 2 seasons and the first unanimous MVP ever. He led the Warriors to an unprecedented 73-9 regular season record and made it all the way to a 3-1 series lead in the finals. But then what could have been the greatest season ever went down the drain after blowing the lead to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup, oh, blocked by James!
That's 2 Finals down, no Finals MVP.
When everything went haywire, when it was fucking Kevin Durant over there.
Then Kevin Durant came over to the team that just eliminated him in the playoffs the season before, basically making the Warriors an unstoppable force. In back-to-back seasons, the overpowered Warriors would cruise past the rest of the NBA to 2 straight championships. However, Kevin Durant was named the Finals MVP in both of those chips. And as a result of that, narratives like Steph Curry can't be the best player on the championship team, or Steph Curry needed Kevin Durant to win, started to surround Steph. By the end of the 2018 season, Steph Curry had 4 Finals appearances, 3 Finals wins, and 0 Finals MVPs. But the Warriors weren't done, at least not yet. 2019 would serve as yet another chance for Steph Curry to get that elusive Finals MVP award. The Warriors would make the finals yet again against a very good Toronto Raptors team. And with Kevin Durant being out with injury, it was Steph Curry's perfect chance to finally get that trophy. But then Klay Thompson went down with a torn ACL.
The floor and a foul. And Thompson grabs his left knee, now writhing in pain.
With no Kevin Durant and no Klay Thompson, Steph was basically left to single-handedly beat the Raptors, which obviously didn't happen. Meaning Steph now had 5 Finals appearances and still no Finals MVP awards. Then things started to get serious. Kevin Durant was out of Golden State, Klay Thompson was out for the entirety of the season recovering from injury, and just when you thought the Warriors would at least have a year of Steph Curry, he as well comes down with an injury.
He's holding that left wrist. We already saw Steph tweak his ankle. He is not moving that left wrist right now.
So everything seemed to be going downhill for the Warriors, but then Nick Wright came out and said this.
It's over for them now. We will never see Steph in another NBA Finals, ever. They have no path forward.
This was said following the Warriors trading D'Angelo Russell for Andrew Wiggins. And as they say, this aged very poorly. Going into the 2021 season, the Warriors weren't exactly a title-contending team quite yet. However, Steph Curry showed everyone that he is still an elite player, securing his second scoring title and nearly achieving his second season with 30-plus points a game on 50-40-90 splits. Behind the brilliance of Steph, the Warriors would finish as the 8th seed, but after losing to the Lakers,
Throws it back up top. James puts up the 3. Oh, it's gone! LeBron James from downtown!
and then getting eliminated by the Grizzlies.
The Memphis Grizzlies are in the playoffs. They eliminate the Golden State Warriors.
The Warriors had another empty season. But Steph Curry knew exactly where this team was at.
Tried to make the most of it, come back, bottle this up, everybody make the right strides, take advantage of the summer, and don't want to see us next year.
And he wasn't lying. The Warriors look like a completely different team in 2022. Jordan Poole was emerging as a reliable scoring option, Andrew Wiggins became an all-star, and Steph Curry was still Steph Curry.
For the win. Yes, sir! His 8th career game winner!
The Warriors were winning games at a much better pace than the previous season, and the biggest story about them was that they were winning without Klay Thompson. And when it was time for him to come back,
He's back!
the Warriors just became overkill. With the addition of Klay, the Dubs would roll through the Nuggets, Grizzlies, and Mavericks back to the place Golden State has become very familiar with, the NBA Finals. On the opposing side, the Boston Celtics were looking like the better overall team on paper, and many people had picked them to win it all. But unfortunately for them, Steph Curry was their opponent, and he was seeking the one thing he couldn't get for years, the Finals MVP. After 3 games, the Warriors would find themselves in a 2-1 hole in Boston, making Game 4 essentially a must-win game. A game that will be known as the Steph Curry game. Knowing the stakes of this particular game, Steph Curry took it upon himself to will the Warriors to a win, dropping 43 points and 10 rebounds.
Second shots.
Curry again. Oh, Steph Curry from way downtown!
And from this point, Golden State would not lose another game.
And he just like, enjoy y'all last win.
The Warriors would take care of business in Game 5 and would be heading back to Boston with a 3-2 series lead. And Steph Curry was about to silence the entire NBA world.
Finals MVP.
Finals MVP.
Finals MVP.
6 assists for Green. Curry a long 3. That's good! Steph Curry from way downtown! Some Curry chaos here in the 3rd. It's the largest lead of the game.
By the 3rd quarter, Steph Curry had already sealed the deal, and to put the cherry on top, he hits a 3 and puts all of Boston to sleep. And this time, there was no mistake, as Steph Curry would unanimously win the 2022 Finals MVP, leaving every narrative surrounding the lack of the award in silence.
What are they gonna say now? What are they gonna say now?
What are they gonna say now was all there was left to say, as Steph Curry's NBA trophy case was now complete. But anyways guys, how impressive was Steph Curry's 4th ring? Was it the best ring of his career, or was one of the previous ones better? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.